Just to let y'all know, I'm new around here on YouTube, so stop by and say hi or tell me to go fuck myself. I don't know. Whatever. So the new Netflix DMC show came out recently in its first 8 episodes. That's been a doozy. If you aren't aware, this series is steeped in a lot of bullshit. From its director being a fucking dumbass, Adi Shankar, to, like, casual fans kind of just being fucking dipshits, for lack of a better term. And I don't come into these things, like, stating that, like, everybody's a dumbass. I just think that a lot of the casual audience just doesn't know about the Devil May Cry lore, and they just think this series is just Wacky Woohoo Pizza Man, the show. Wacky Woohoo Pizza Man, the video games, and nobody cares about the story. But the reality is that the story is very important, and there's a lot of problems people have with it, me included, if you can't tell. Devil Trigger, what I want to talk about today specifically, though, is the scene in the show that uses Devil Trigger when Dante transforms into his Devil Trigger. Number one, his Devil Trigger is accessed way too early in the show for no goddamn reason. Really, it shouldn't have ever shown up this early in the show. Okay? And you can look past that, you know, if the series was good. But the problem is that Devil Trigger is Nero's main theme in the series of Devil May Cry 5. The lyrics are about Nero, not about Dante. Dante has this type of moment in Devil May Cry 3, where he unlocks his Devil Trigger, but the song that plays after he unlocks it is a rendition of Devil's Never Cry. Devil's Never Cry is Dante's theme when he unlocks his Devil Trigger, and that song is used as the main credits theme for the series, but is not used in the actual show. On top of the lore being dog shit, but realistically I'm just talking about this one scene in particular. I don't particularly like it. I don't think a lot of people did, especially because it is Nero's battle theme. That being said, the rendition of Devil Trigger used is also dog shit. The rendition of most of the songs in the series are pretty bad. The only notable one I can say that is alright to listen to is Devil's Never Cry's end credits theme for the show. The licensed music in the show, also garbage, but I'm not here to talk about that. My biggest issue comes around with Devil Trigger being used. I don't think it was because Johnny Young Bosch is voicing Dante. Do I think he does a good job? Yes and no. He's not Dante. He's by no means Dante. But he doesn't do a bad job with what he's working with. I would have preferred Ruben Langdon. Everybody would have preferred Ruben Langdon. But with what he's working with, he is not by any means bad. But it does sound like we're dealing with Nero throughout most of the show. Unfortunately, that is just the state of things. It's Nero. It's like watching your favorite character being, like, ghosted and piloted by the new character. And honestly, it leaves a lot to be desired in the series. Me and my buddy Kat will be doing a video series where we go from episode to episode, where we talk about more in depth. But realistically, this is just me talking about this in a short format, without any editing, telling you my thoughts on Devil May Cry 5, or sorry, not Devil May Cry 5, the Devil May Cry Netflix show, unscripted, kinda, sort of script. But I'm gonna go in more in depth on this when me and Kat have that video. But this is an unscripted video, a little bit of ranting. But anyway, adios.